The WorkWell Software Command Center comes with an extensive set of built-in help resources. There are four main types of help resources available. There are page tours, quick links, frequently asked questions, and tooltips. I'll start with a description of the page tours. You'll notice at the top up in the banner, we have this eyeglass icon. Wherever you see an eyeglass icon, that indicates that you can activate a tour for that page. So we click on this, we get this pop-up that walks around the page and gives a brief explanation for what you see. For example, now we're walking through the main icons that you should be familiar with by now that take you to the various pages of the software. So this gives a brief explanation for what each of the icons does. I'll bring you to a particular page, the mapping page, and we'll see its page-specific tour. So if I activated this, it tells me what the mapping view is all about, what the icons at the top are about. It tells me that the route icon displays a best route to travel among all the locations displayed on the map. So we walk through the various icons and it gives an explanation for each. And it gives an explanation for what the selection criteria is about and so forth. The second main built-in help mechanism is this quick links that's available at the very top. If we click this, it opens up a page that has four subsections. We have the add a new, which allows you to quickly, it's a quick mechanism for adding new jobs and customers and so forth. We have charts that are commonly viewed. We have useful tips and a how do I do this type of function. So an easy way to add new jobs is just to click on this job link here. The new job form pops up and allows you to create a new job. In the same way, you can create a new customer, lead, expense, invoice, and so forth. There are interesting charts available, for example, job status. So we can see how many jobs we've had over time, how many are unpaid, how many are late payments, unsent invoices, and so forth. We can look at revenue per worker. So this shows how much revenue over the course of a year has been generated per employee. And we have useful tips. For example, how do I send email to an email list? And what this tells you is how you create an email list and then send an email to each of the customers on that list. So it has an explanation and a screenshot. And under the how do I do this, for example, how do I find jobs and customers for a particular, or jobs and quotes for a particular customer? So we click this, we get an explanation along with an example of how to do it. If I click what do I need to initialize, it gives a list of the things that you need to initialize about your company. The third main way of attaining help is through frequently asked questions. And this is the most common. It's available everywhere throughout the software. So if I go to the scheduling app, for example, I see this question mark. Wherever you see a question mark, if we click on that, it will activate a frequently asked questions that's specific to the item that you clicked on, in this case, the scheduler. So we can see, how to work in the day view, how to get more details about a particular event, how to create or modify jobs within this scheduler. So there's a lot here. So most of what's necessary to learn how to do things, even in a fair amount of detail, is available through this help mechanism. Again, it's available everywhere. All the forms, everything that you open up typically has a question mark that you can click on. I also mentioned that we have tooltips, that the fourth built-in help mechanism. You probably noticed already, when we clicked on icons, that if you put the cursor on an icon in various other objects, a pop-up appears that gives a single word or phrase explanation for what that icon or function is all about. There's also a lot of help available on our website, www.workwellsoftware.com. A lot of resources available there to get you familiar with the software and even give you a fair amount of detail on how to operate it and what it's really capable of.